What's going on? Welcome back to City Wrestling Radio, May 28th, 2025. I'm your host, Corey Smith, being joined, as always, by my co-host, Mr. Jose Oseguera. How are you today, sir?
Bang, bang. Doing great.
Doing great. You give up the set. You did the Sabu for a long time, and then look what happened. Just be careful. I don't want that to happen to McFoley, okay?
Oh, jeez, you're right. My bad.
Don't.
I'll take it back. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Oh, that's a really how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long week of wrestling, battlegrounds, main events, double or nothing. How many plus hours of wrestling did you watch this weekend?
Okay, let's start with the 600 I did with AEW, and I'm only halfway done. Saturday night's main event, the 3 hours of SmackDown, and the 2 hours of Raw. So you do the math.
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot. And then if you've watched Battleground at all,
I didn't. I missed it. That's next on my list. As soon as I'm done with Double or Nothing, I'll be on that.
Hey,
but I already watched
Trick Williams win that TNA title was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Okay, then I have something to look forward to.
Well, anyways, on the contrary day, we had to start today off with a piece of some sad news, though, because we are saying goodbye to Mr. Rick Derringer. Yes, the guy behind the Hulk Hogan's Real American theme song has passed away. He was 77 years old. You know, if you grew up in 80s wrestling, you definitely heard some of his work. Derringer was a big part of the rock and wrestling era. He was friends with Cyndi Lauper, and through that connection, he ended up helping out with the very first wrestling album back in '85. Jose, did you own Wrestling Album 1?
Oh, no way.
No way. Okay. All right.
I wasn't allowed.
You weren't caught dead with that.
Yeah, exactly.
The album gave us Real American, Grab Them Cakes, Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy.
Don't go messing with
straight up classics.
Country boy.
Then he came back in '87 for Pile Driver, the Wrestling Album 2, working with Jim Johnston and David Wolf on Demolition's theme,
Honky Tonk Man. Here comes the smasher.
Like Honky Tonk Man theme and Jive Soul Bro. I mean,
classics.
Come on. Those are one of my greatest memories is just singing the Honky Tonk thing song with one of our City Wrestling Radio legends, Michael Vergara.
There you go.
So, like I said, what was that? Where was I with this?
Even Stand Back with Vince McMahon.
Oh my God! Stand back, stand back.
That was really bad. They can't all be hitters.
They can't. He didn't come back for WrestleMania, the album, in the '90s, but by then his legacy in the wrestling was already locked in. So yeah, rest in peace, Rick Derringer. Yeah. What are some of your thoughts, Jose, on Mr. Rick Derringer?
Originally rock and roll star too. Some songs that
I can't say I believe so. Let's see.
I don't know the songs that he did. I know that hang on, Snooky, hang on. Okay, I know.
Oh, was he in Ringo Starr and his All-Star band?
I think it might be, yeah.
Oh
there
my God.
There is a Ringo Starr connection.
Ringo Starr knew. He heard that. He said, I heard that Real American, and I said, I gotta have you on my team.
Gotta have that sound.
So I was more of a George Harrison than a Ringo. But say what you will about Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will say F that dude a lot.
Yeah.
But man, every time that theme song comes on, I'm just like, yeah, man, I am a real American. I'll fight for the rights of every man.
When it comes crashing down, then it hurts inside.
It really shaped half of like so many people in this world. How many people in life is just like, damn it, I have to do the right thing, don't I?
Yeah.
I feel it crashing down. I gotta go stand up for my people.
Yeah, but first let me take these vitamins real quick.
Well, I mean, I do take my multivitamins. I'm just
there you go.
There we go. See, Hulk Hogan, he left a standing impression on me. But anyways, Rick Derringer, yeah, man.
Rick Derringer did. Hulk Hogan left a stain.
A booty stain. Anyways, Rick Derringer, rest in peace. Kind of sucks because, like, if you think about it, like theme songs today are just like nowhere near what they were like. They're cool. Like I'll rock out to Rhea Ripley's theme song at the gym.
Sure.
Finn Balor's, whatever theme song Finn Balor's coming out to this week, because he changes it up like every other week.
Yeah.
Bastard. But like you can interchange them, and it would probably fit. Like if Finn Balor came out to Rhea Ripley's theme song, you'd be like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like if Slick came out to Demolition's theme song, you'd be like,
no, what's going on here?
If even if Hulk Hogan came out to Jive Soul Bro, I could see Brock Lesnar doing it, but it would get really racist and really weird really fast. It would be like that when he came out with like the mariachi. He did. Remember Brock in the Bank? It was kind of never mind.
Yeah, okay. Erased from memory data.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Some news in the Goldberg front. The man himself says his son Gageberg is going to walk him down to his eventual retirement match. That's right. Goldberg was on the Claw Pod recently with Ross and Marshall Von Erich. And while he didn't give up too many details about the match itself, he did confirm one thing, that his son will be right there with him. Gage, by the way, is currently playing football for the University of Colorado under Coach Prime himself, Deion Sanders. So that's going to be a pretty cool moment to see what comes out of that. Now, earlier in the conversation, Goldberg talked about how he's always dreamed of having his last match in Israel. He says, quote, "You guys know I'll do anything for my faith." And having that match there was always the goal. But everything going over the past few years, he said it just hasn't been the right place nor the right time.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He even mentioned how disappointed he was that it didn't work out, especially since he's got a good relationship with a promoter over there. But, it's Goldberg, and he's disappointed because there's a war and he can't have his last match in Israel right now. Sorry, Goldberg.
Too bad.
Ross and Marshall brought up that they actually teamed with their dad, Kevin Von Erich, for a match in Tel Aviv in 2017, which was Kevin's first match in over 2 decades. Goldberg said he'd still love to do something in Israel one day, but right now it's just not in the cards. Basically, just saying never say never. But apparently, Gageberg is going to be in his corner.
Yeah, good for you.
Do you think Gage is going to be the next hook?
You know what? I'm pretty sure that they're banking on his football career. And if that doesn't come to fruition, then yeah, we can almost guarantee we're going to see him in the WCW ring. Oh, my bad.
You know what's funny though? I feel bad for the kid because if he does become a pro wrestler, what is the one image we are always going to go back to? It's going to be him shirtless in the ring at 10 years old, just like kind of chubby, not like fat, but he's got a little, like kid fat on you, like we all did at that time. I still have a lot on me. But like Dominic, you go back and it's like,
they still do that. The blonde hair Dom,
blonde hair Dom. But everyone will go back to Gage in the ring. But anyways, Gage ringside will probably hit a spear, so whatever.
Of course,
And seeing that he plays for the University of Colorado under Deion Sanders,
he's going to learn to cut a promo.
I mean, there's like another facet that they can involve themselves into. Like let's get ourselves involved in college football now, and it's all about the money. It's never about the fans anymore.
Oh, and you could expect Deion to join in on the party too.
Oh, I have a Deion Sanders 49ers jersey somewhere. It doesn't fit me right now.
I think we all do.
It doesn't fit me, but it's in that closet somewhere. Anyways, let's move on to some positive news, some positive health news to share today. Jim Ross underwent colon cancer surgery on Tuesday morning, and early word is that it's looking positive, according to Conrad Thompson, JR's close friend and co-host of his podcast. He said the surgery went well, and doctors are hopeful they were able to remove all of the cancer. Conrad posted the update on Tuesday saying, quote, "Just heard from Raphael Maffei that JR's surgery went well and they hope to have successfully removed all of the cancer this morning. He also asked fans to keep JR in their thoughts and prayers as he starts
You
his
got it.
recovery process. Before going into surgery, JR kept it classic with the signature attitude, tweeting that he was ready to kick cancer's ass on, I'm going to go kick cancer's ass with some JR barbecue sauce. He didn't say that part. I added that because, he probably want to get a plug in there.
Oh, sure.
Ross first announced his diagnosis back in May 15th. But I mean, he's not fully in remission. I don't know what that means. I don't know what remission means.
That means you've been over the worst part of the cancer. So they remove the cancer and you're recovering.
Okay, so he's not in remission yet, I guess.
Not yet.
They have to make sure that he's in remission.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hey, good on JR. I hope he gets better.
Yeah.
Ladies, send your scantily clad pictures to him, make him feel better because, according to his Twitter, he loves that stuff. Just saying, he's a good dude. Just like we're all there with you, JR. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, hopefully he gets better in time for All In.
There we go. I think that was his plan, but was All In like on
early July?
Early July? Well, we'll see.
Early to mid July.
Next up, so I think WWE might have accidentally spoiled the big AAA title match coming up.
Maybe.
It's just a thought. I'm just putting it out there. So on Raw, they hyped up an upcoming match between Chad Gable and El Hijo del Vikingo for the Worlds Collide, not pay-per-view, but I guess YouTube special.
Mm-hmm. It's Hijo. You don't pronounce the H. Just saying.
Hijo del Vikingo. Sorry.
Good job.
And so it was listed as being for the AAA's Mega Championship. Problem is, Vikingo doesn't actually have the title right now. As of the taping, Alberto El Patron was still champion. He's set to defend the title against Vikingo this Saturday at a AAA TV taping. So unless something wild happens, either WWE just spoiled the outcome or somebody jumped the gun. Alberto's been holding that title since August and has positioned himself as the top Rudo in Triple H, Triple A. Sorry, not Triple H. Triple H now owns Triple A.
Yeah,
confusing. Not he doesn't, but
he doesn't. But we get it.
He can make some changes there. I'm gonna go into Triple A. He's even teamed up with Conan, JBL, Dorian Ralden. So he's pretty locked up to the top of the card there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, worth noting, Vikingo showed up on Raw this week, and we'll get into all that later. So, all signs pointing to Chad and Gable. Probably, I'm assuming Gable wins that title.
I'm assuming that too.
It's funny that the AAA title, Mega.
Oh
title,
Jesus! What are the chances?
The lineage goes from. I know it went down, but Kenny Omega and then Chad Gable.
Yeah,
within a few years. That's pretty cool, man.
And shoot, why am I blanking on his name? Phoenix, Ray Phoenix.
Oh yeah. So Vikingo, Alberto. I mean, what are they gonna do with Alberto though?
Wasn't he getting fired?
I mean, that's what I thought I heard, but then
they were like, right?
Yeah, but then they were like, no.
We'll keep here's our top heel. What are we gonna do?
The funny thing about this too, I think recently they put a graphic up for the Mexican crowd, and they took the for Worlds Collide, but they took the graphic off that said for the AAA title because they were like, no, if we don't tell them, they won't know. They don't watch Raw.
yeah.
They're Mexican.
Oh
they just watch AAA.
There is no such thing as Spanish broadcast team.
Well, I mean, not side by side, but
yeah. Well, hopefully they cover that up. This is just miscommunication, man. Someone didn't tell them who the current champion was. They just booked a match and they were like, okay, what are we booking for Worlds Collide? This is what we're booking for Worlds Collide. Okay, cool. We'll announce it. No.
Yeah. Wait, you messed up. No.
Don't do it.
Oh, well, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw kicked off. This is from the 26th. First takeaway is, so I kind of like how Raw does these I'll say this about the show. Kind of boring, not gonna lie. Wasn't that great of a show.
Okay.
But I do like how it doesn't matter what the stage setup is.
Mhm.
Like back in the day, it was the same set everywhere, never changed, yada yada, whatever. Now it's like, well, we have this little stage set up for main event. Let's just use this. Okay. Hey, we can fit this here. Let's do this,
Mhm.
So I like how they're able to switch up the setups every now and again.
Yeah, isn't that a little bit of a copycat in a way from AEW?
How so?
Where AEW, they do adjustments. They go with the lifted entrance, the lower entrance. They switch things up. They don't keep it
Yeah.
consistent throughout every single show.
I think it's good that both of them, keep it different every
Keep it
single
fresh. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Because like you have the graphics up, you have the colors up. You don't need to, you got to give every show a unique feel. How is anyone
Yeah.
going to remember that show? Like, oh, I remember that show for when they all look exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. And I like the turning down of the lights a little bit darker, and I like the darker ring mat.
Yeah,
It gives it more of a grimy underground type of feel now that they moved to Netflix. I'm digging that.
definitely. First off, we kicked things off with Seth Rollins and crew coming out to the ring. This was I don't know. Heyman did a good job as he always does, but it
He's
just
been the MVP of the storyline so far.
he has. I'll give him that. So he introduces each guy of the I don't know what they're calling themselves. I'm just gonna call them the crew. Calls Braun Breaker of the a badass among badasses among a bloodline of badasses.
Oh, he said it. He said the word.
Bloodline. Well, they were kind of hinting at the whole. They were like hinting at Roman a lot in these promos.
And a lot of bloodline references.
Yeah, called went up to Bronson Reed, kind of introduced him, kind of talked about the feud he had with Seth Rollins and how dangerous he is. Seth Rollins cuts his usual promo, how he's going to lead the company. He's the future of the industry, and he's going to go on to qualify and win Money in the Bank and call his shot. So
I acknowledge him as Heyman wants me to do.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. This Seth Rollins thing, it's the same shtick every year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just want to see more out of this guy.
Yeah, I like when he goes in between when he does a thing where he's Seth freaking Rollins and then he has to get serious for a minute and he has to talk to somebody like, oh, this has gone too far.
Like just 3
like
weeks
that
ago, or just like a month ago, he was wearing giant pink frillies around, crazy things to the ring. Remember? He was just and all of a sudden he's just like a badass.
Yeah.
Like he was always, I don't know. It's just, to me, there needs to be something else from Seth Rollins because something's not connecting for me.
Oh, really? I think Paul Heyman is filling in that blank for me.
We'll see. I guess we'll see how it goes with this with his him and his boys.
Yeah.
First Money in the Bank qualifier match of the night. We have Penta versus Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. Jose, what did you think of this match?
Excellent match, except for Gable eating Matt on that one move. Oh my god, that was bad.
Which one was that?
It was that crazy pile driver he had.
Oh god, when he it was like when Penta tried to do the gory special pile driver combo to both guys.
Yes.
Dude, I don't know what Penta was thinking with that, but
I want to say something he's done before, but Gable, man, I don't know if he tilted his head the wrong way or it looked like he went face first into the mat.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Just the two luchadors begin taking out Gable, going back and forth with him. Penta, like I said, he did that drop. Pretty great match. Double German suplex to both luchas. Vikingo gets involved, gives Gable a kick to the face.
Got that bloody nose.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they were really not holding back with Gable.
Yeah. Did he have like cowboy boots on, Vikingo? Because if he did, that one of those metal spikes in his combat boots, and his cowboy boots spiked him in the nose.
Mexican Destroyer to Dragon Lee, and then Penta Driver to Chad Gable. I guess it would be a double Mexican Destroyer to Dragon Lee, right?
Yeah.
Penta Driver to Chad Gable, and he gets the pin and the win. So I mean, like I said, it was a great match. Penta goes on to qualify for Money in the Bank. It's his first Money in the Bank, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Next up, Judgment Day backstage. Roxanne Perez walks in, giving Dominic a pile of tendies, and begins to giving him a shoulder massage. Really going too far with this Roxanne Perez angle. I mean, are they really gonna put Dominic with every
hot
chick
chick in
now?
there.
Yeah, every kind of alterna chick. Like he's got a date now, some sort of storyline.
Whoever's hottest at the moment, that's who he goes out with. Nah, I think he's gonna stay with Liv. I think this is all a ruse. He doesn't like chicken nuggets. He like tendies.
Oh, he loves tendies. In walks Liv Morgan yelling, "Konnichiwa, bitches." I did laugh. So she's back from filming her movie, says she's well aware what's going on around here, and she's going to address it shortly, but not before she gets herself a Money in the Bank qualifier match. So there you go, Liv. She had something up with her face, too. I don't know what it was, at least in that first segment. So not saying she looked bad. I'm just saying it looked like something happened there. Next up,
let's just say real quick before you move on that I love Dominic's throwaway Spanish lines.
Why is that?
Because when Raquel was like, "I told you I was going to tell her," and he was like, "Chismosa." That's like kind of saying tattletale or calling her a gossip.
Funny.
So in that situation, he was calling her a tattletale. Hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, Dominic, what are you doing? He's messing up all through the night, though. We'll get there. Next up, Rusev versus Tozawa. This was a squash match.
This is the squashiest of the squashes.
To lead to a match from 2014. I'm sorry. Like, it's gonna be a cool match. Tozawa gets smashed.
Is it?
Sheamus comes out and stares down Rusev, and we get Sheamus versus Rusev probably coming up on a Raw. I don't know, man. It's a match. It'll be a competitive match, so it'll be one of those ones where Rusev can actually go.
Yeah. Are they chasing this meat monster mash thing that they like to do every once in a while?
What?
You know, the big beef meat monster mashes, you know, when they get too big guys. They like chase it after a while. They forget, like they know Vince is watching, so they set up a perfect match for him.
Here you go, Vince.
We're thinking of you, Vince.
Yeah. I mean, could be, man, but like I'm saying, I'm like, man, this is 2014.
I don't care about Sheamus and Rusev, not a little bit. I was interested in Rusev coming back and doing his whole thing. Full breaks.
Next up, Tom Segura and Brett Kreischer are backstage because they're comedians and they were invited to Raw. As you know, Tom Segura is the guy famously known for ripping on all of pro wrestling, and that's why he starts by saying, "I'm Tom Segura, and I've said some dumb things." You sure have, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what he said, but he just like ripped into pro wrestling, how it was stupid, and like anyone who watched it was dumb. You know.
You know, he probably just looks down on people that make podcasts and talk about wrestling for a living.
I mean, I do too. So next up, Sam. Sorry. They run into the Viking Raiders, and Brett Kreischer takes his shirt off because that's what he does.
How did he get so red?
I think he was already red.
Okay, because at first I didn't look that red when he had his shirt on, but then when he took his shirt off, his face was red, his chest was red. Oh man, that was insane.
Next up, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. They're backstage, and you know, they got each other's backs.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah.
Next up, New Day versus American Made versus the Viking Raiders. New Day coming out in Giant Gonzalez inspired gear.
Yeah,
I loved it. They should have added a little bit more fur on the outside.
Yes.
That was like
in the crotchal area.
Definitely. So I mean, the match itself, it was a match. New Day and American Made American Made, right? Or Alpha
Creed brothers.
Yeah, Creed brothers working together to take out the Viking Raiders. Eventually, Julius Creed hits a massive knee to, I believe, Ivar or Eric, one of the two. Xavier then rolls up Julius, holding the tights, and gets the pin and the win, screwing over the Creed brothers.
Yay!
I mean, it was a good little angle too.
Mhm.
So everyone's going to be going after the New Day soon.
Fine by me.
Next up, Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez walking backstage. They run into Io Sky and Kyrie Sane. Liv saying she's going to go get herself a Money in the Bank qualifier match, talking trash to Kyrie, and then Kyrie challenges her to a match for later in the night. Next up, Jey Uso. I don't know, man. This whole Jey Uso champion, I'm wondering where they're going with it. You know?
Yeah, because he's involved in a lot of things. Well, now that Logan Paul's still involved, he's involved in everything.
I heard some rumor that it was originally scheduled to be Travis Scott and John Cena versus Cody and Jay.
Oh.
But I don't know how true that is, and that he pulled out last minute. Apparently, the coach said it on his podcast, but it's the coach.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not around as much as he used to be. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Travis Scott a tryout and he was just horrible. So they were like, nah, we're gonna change the plan.
Somebody saw his name on the call sheet. They're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be him. Yeah. So he's in the ring. He says he says Logan Paul got yeeted on. John Cena's about to get yeeted on. Out comes Gunther. I don't think he wants to get yeeted on. He's out here to first congratulate him and his brother's success in 25 years in WWE, congratulate him on his first title match, but tells Jay that he doesn't think he has what it takes to be a great champion. Jay says he's done with everyone saying that his days as champion are numbered.
But they kind of are.
Jay, you got like 12 guys coming for you, dude.
Yeah, one's going to get you.
I'm sorry. Just run, okay? Mm-hmm. Get that photo shoot done. Get your commemorative title. You know, do what you got to do. Get all those paychecks you can as champion.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's be real. How long did Kofi last as champion?
All of 24 hours?
No, Kofi was longer than. Let's see.
Yeah, he was a while. You know what makes it seem shorter than it was? Because of that match with Brock.
135. Yeah, that was like 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's why he makes the title reign seem shorter, because of that one match.
Yeah. And what? We're like a month removed from WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's about 37 days out as champion.
Yeah, I give it to SummerSlam.
Next up, Kyrie Sane versus Liv Morgan.
Oh, wait, before we get Kyrie Sane against Liv Morgan, we get the announcement that your own former heavyweight champion, Cody Rhodes, has his new talk show. His first guest, none other than Brandy Rhodes.
What?
They talk from their bus.
I mean, that's awesome. Like, good for them. But now, Cody Rhodes, you've entered my domain.
Yeah, man.
The domain of wrestling podcast. Now, I'm sure you've already gotten way more likes than we did in our 7 years of existence.
You 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Kyrie Sane, Liv Morgan. This match sucked. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I hated it. It was really bad.
They didn't have very good chemistry.
But I'm noticing that a lot in a lot of Kyrie's matches lately. And I don't know.
Okay, well, she's had 2 officially since her return, right?
Yeah, but there's also, like, I guess we always go back to that, that situation where it was like her and Charlotte, and she messed up on something and she got concussed and she had to be out for a while.
Yeah, Charlotte hit the ropes really bad.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, nothing on anybody. This match was bad, and I feel like every time I watch Kyrie now, I'm like, well, okay. She looks like she's playing a pro wrestler,
Yeah.
She doesn't look like she's an actual pro wrestler. She looks like she's playing one on TV.
She's a better heel in ring than she is a good guy.
Yeah.
Just because she reverts back to all of the
pirate stuff.
Yeah, and she does that stomp, where she's doing this thing. And it doesn't work in this day and age.
I hate that stomp. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and then she does even when she enters the ring, she does the whole
I get like, like if you want to come out look like a pub, but she does like the whole like choreographed entrance where it's
Mhm.
this, and then I get everyone's choreographed where they come out and they,
Yeah, yeah,
but like you said, like with the ocular, is that what
yeah.
it's called?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, binocular would be
That sounds
biocular.
binocular. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say
Unocular?
a unocular. Yeah, so and there was also a weird camera angle in this match. I didn't get what was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
like
no.
it was like somebody was like filming it like we were ringside.
Yeah, and they use it every once in a while with some action spots, when
Yeah.
some really cool stuff is happening, but they go there for like 2 seconds and then they
They
go
were there
back to
for a good
steady
like
cam.
3 minutes.
Yes,
It was weird.
yeah, the director was like, "Let's try it in this match. Maybe it'll
Either
make it
that or
better."
one of their other cameras was down.
Yeah, or
That's the
they
only thing.
thought, "Like, how can we make this match exciting?" I know, stay in the in-ring cam for as long as possible.
Well, let's put you sitting ringside so you can look up at Liv Morgan's ass the entire
Oh,
time.
damn.
Let's see. A lot of this match, like I said, was shot was a weird angle. Sunset flip powerbomb to Kyrie to the outside, spear to Liv Morgan. Kyrie goes to the top rope. Roxanne Perez comes out of the crowd, pushes Kyrie off the top while Raquel is distracting the ref. Raquel and Roxanne begin arguing on the out. Well, and then Kyrie
Yeah,
rolls up Liv Morgan,
yeah.
and Raquel and Roxanne begin arguing on the outside, while Kyrie rolls up Liv Morgan and gets the pin and the win. So, I mean, at least Kyrie gets the win, right?
Yeah, at least you got that.
This leads to backstage where Judgment Day, they have having a lot of bad audio issues. So they must have been having some sort of issue technically. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
it
because they had those
sounds like it.
audio issues, and
Yeah.
then before that, the camera issues. So something was going on with their.
Yeah, that tracks now.
Yeah. So basically, we eventually learned that Liv Morgan said Raquel was the veteran in this situation. She should have known better. I guess by arguing with the ref, I not talking to Roxanne. I don't know.
Yeah, getting distracted off of the distraction.
I guess. Next up, we have a Lyra Valkyria. What do they call those things? Monologue.
Yes.
Just, I don't know. She eventually starts to ramp up, when she's reading
Mhm.
her lines, but you can tell these are all lines that she read earlier today, and
Mhm.
she is going to read them because Becky Lynch, you're a rat with cheese or whatever. Well, I don't know. She said
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
But it's just like I literally thought Vince wrote that for a second. I was like, a
Mm.
rat with what?
Call her a rat with cheese.
So Lyra comes out and she informs us that we are going to get another IC title match with
Hmm.
Becky Lynch, because apparently Bailey's not back to fight back. Why is Becky challenging for this title again?
Oh, she said it because I was on my way. I forgotten all about you, but now you dragged me back in because you made it personal.
But but this match was like announced beforehand, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, she said Lyra comes out and she says, when she's in this ring and she feels like a real winner. I was like, okay. She's
Her accent's really thick. She meant wiener.
so she comes out. She also says she's like, usually I get satisfaction when I beat Becky Lynch, but after that match, I didn't feel the satisfaction that I wanted to feel. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah. What are
cool,
you
Lyra.
chasing? Hey, you're not Tony Storm. Take it easy.
Becky Lynch comes out. She says she's the one. She said Lyra's the one who was the one who made it personal. She's the one who really won that night, going home with her hot husband, while Lyra got to hang out with her weird fiance.
Because I mean, that's a pretty cool line.
Which is funny because it's funny that picture circulated of him. Like everyone's like, "Oh, who's this weird?" He's engaged to Lyra, but apparently this dude's like a really good indie wrestler in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And seeing Lyra in plain clothes, it makes sense. They're perfect. They're a perfect couple. She's a little bit of a weirdo too.
Yeah, I like seeing Becky come out in like full. Like I know she's come out in plain clothes, but she's wearing like full on baggy joggers.
Yeah,
I was like,
Adidas.
right on,
Adidas.
girl. Becky then offers a challenge. The match is already set, but she says if Lyra wins at Money in the Bank, that Becky will never be able to challenge for the IC title again. But if she loses for the third time against Lyra, that Lyra will have to raise Becky's hand. Cool. So
sure. Okay.
I mean, we
Stakes
all
are
know,
high.
Yeah, we all know Becky's going to win this time. I mean, so Sami Zayn in running into Karrion Kross backstage. Karrion Kross says, "Here we go again. You know, you're never going to win the title. You know, we've been here before, Sammy. You should have just went to SmackDown and taken the offer." And he's playing the devil's advocate, you know.
Again. When are we going to get payoff off of this? Where's this going?
Maybe Sami Zayn turning heel eventually, like some sort of evil, like not just the old, like dumb, you know, heel Sami Zayn, but more of like a malicious, evil Sami Zayn.
Okay, so we're gonna get the new heel faction, evil faction of Miz, AJ, and Sami Zayn. And who else did he mess with? Oh, and they're gonna join New Day.
Okay, there we go. That's the crew right there. Next up, we have another Money in the Bank qualifier match. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. I thought this was a pretty good WWE style 3-way match.
Yeah.
Seth convinces Balor to work together eventually, at least at some point, going against Sami Zayn. Sami fights off both men off the top rope. There's a pedigree to Sami in this match, but he kicks out, which I was pretty surprised that we're kicking out of pedigrees. Seth goes for the stomp, but Sami tries to turn into a Blue Thunder Bomb. Seth goes for a stomp again, and then he gets hit with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Seth kicks out. Sami goes for the haluva kick to Seth, but Finn hits him with the sling blade and then hits both men with a drop kick. Balor misses the coup de grace. We have a stomp to Finn Balor, a haluva kick to Seth Rollins. Sami is about to win the match, but he's pulled out of the ring by Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed then began beating up on Sami Zayn. Jey Uso comes out of nowhere for the save. In the background, you see Dominic Mysterio sliding the chair into the ring and for Finn Balor to use, but backfired a little bit. And Seth hit the stomp on Finn Balor and gets the pin and the win.
When is Dominic going to stop throwing chairs and sliding chairs into the ring? Every time he does that, something goes wrong.
Well, I mean, I think we're about to have two Irish Intercontinental champions soon.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Because I mean, this has got to lead to a match between the two guys.
It has to, yeah. And the breakup of Judgment Day, we get split factions. We're going to get Judgment Day red and Judgment Day purple.
Yeah. All right. Judgment Day red. Who would Judgment Day red be? Just Roxanne, Finn.
No, they would keep the purple.
Okay, they'll keep
Judgment Day red would be Liv, Raquel, and Dom.
Dom doesn't want. Well, I guess if Roxanne's on the other side. Where does Carlito go? The fight for Carlito.
There you go. Who gets custody of Carlito?
Carlito on a pole match.
All right, I love it. Book it.
There we go. All right. I think that about does it here for us. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank.
I mean, yeah, makes the most sense. I want Cody to win. I want Cody to get in that match.
That would be nice.
I guess he's not. He's in the tag match, so never mind.
And you know, every time the good guy gets the briefcase, it's never a surprise entrance. It's always an announcement. Next week, I am cashing in my briefcase. See you there.
I would just like to see Cody win that and just fuck with Cena for like 6 months. Just keep coming out right after he wins a match. I'll call my shot.
Yeah.
And he eventually will call his shot, but he's gonna mess with Cena along the way, putting him in a constant state of anxiety. So.
Yeah, on Cena's last day, his last match.
Well, I think that about does it here for us. Let's get out of here. For City Wrestling Radio, I am Corey Smith.
I'm Jose Zeta.
And we will see you next time. Take care and have a wonderful day.